In this part, we focus on John Stuart Mill's Principles of Political Economy. Our readings are from Mill's response to radical social reformers such as Robert Owen in England and Henri de Saint-Simon and Charles Fourier in France. Mill published his principles in 1848 at the apex of the revolutionary movements that swept across Europe in the 18th and 19th centuries. In the 19th century, would-be reformers blamed private property for spreading inequality and poverty. In place of private property, they offered various forms of socialism. Some of these proposals were actually tried. Think, for instance, of the Utopian Owenism in New Harmony, Indiana, named after Robert Owen. That experiment lasted a mere 4 years. Other reformers offered socialist ideals rather than real experiments. These thought experiments never found concrete form in the 19th century, but they did inspire the communist revolutions and socialist politics that marked the 20th century. Mill was not a socialist, but neither was he a staunch defender of laissez-faire markets. In fact, he made a strong case for socialism based on a clear-eyed view of the poverty and inequality that provoked socialists. He then explored how socialist experiments were likely to work, given human nature. Mill's test was not then based on a vision of a new socialist man imagined by socialists. It was based on the men and women that he observed in the real world. Mill's defense of property and markets was no apology for the status quo in England at the time. He hated poverty and injustice as firmly as any socialist did. But he also saw the dangers of comparing a utopian socialist ideal with a flawed but realistic society based on private property.